Okay, guys, so due to retrograde, I've been trying to finish this for several days now, so let's go back to consciousness and let's see if I can get it all back on track. So, we were talking about the sun, because the sun as a symbol or a glyph, well, no, not really a glyph, it's just a symbol. This is one of the most esoteric pieces of information known to man. The main reason why is because of this right here. This is our center. If this was the sun itself, the sun would have its own nucleus, this center part, which fires up the rest of it. In the human body, whatever, we call that center the heart, right? That's the nucleus of the human anatomy. That's the nucleus of what runs us. Now, in our cells, we also have this point, again, nucleus. So, you're looking at one of the most esoteric symbols known to man. Now, the other way that we can work this out is, as I just showed you with my little drawing of the man, the sun is the representation, this piece right here is the representation of, well, let's do it with two colors. So we've got, the first triangle, which represents normal, conscious, okay? And then we have this, which is higher, conscious. So you see this centerpiece here represents your higher consciousness. It represents, in short, it represents soul. It can represent I am in one sense, but it represents the totality of who we are from top to bottom. Now, as I've said many times before, I don't like the word ascension. I don't like the word ascension, I don't like a lot of things, because a lot of things, it's like karma. People talk about karma. Karma doesn't happen, right? There's a lot of things in this set of videos that I'm going to talk about that are going to piss off a lot of people, because I'm going to say that they don't exist. So in short, I turn into one of the other guys with the twin flames, because the male perspective has to help with the feminine. So, now, what I figured out, and of course my math will be wrong, is that the sun, when reflected against the planets, through astrology, is something like 185 possible choices of combinations for the, basically, hold on, here we go, ears, mouth, eyes, nose, and then, so in order for this to experience anything, we need this. This being 12 zodiac signs. Because the sun, from the perspective of the zodiac, happens in 12 different rays. Now, there's some New Age concepts and ideas where we talk about, 7 rays, right? Then you have the 12 tribes, and then you have 144,000. All come back to this right here, okay? So anyways, the sun, your consciousness, whether it shows up as Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, whatever, your consciousness has this as the heart of it, because this is where the sun is. So when this exists as you're born, and with, you know, just another 6 billion people on the planet, your consciousness, your sun, becomes a sign. So you're now experiencing 185 ways for the universe to talk. Because consciousness, right, we'll just draw a brain, well, whatever, brain. Your brain now has 185 ways to communicate with the universe. Now, how does the universe communicate with you? Back here. Unconscious. So, your unconscious is creating reality. Your reality is filtered by this, your 185 possibilities. Because if you have Mars in Gemini, then you're going to have plans or actions, which is Mars, that are extremely different than, say, Mars in, well, I can't remember how it goes, but say Mars in Capricorn. Okay? We'll just put here, there, little goat. Okay, Capricorn. So that alone is two different ways in which the sun, right, is receiving its information on its actions. So all of your masculine energy affecting the sun, whether it's in a masculine or a feminine energy anyways, being water, air, you know, the four elements, is now receiving one action here, which is going to vary very much from the actions there. So that's a short story. Okay, that's the short story. So you now see how there's 185 possibilities of which way your brain is taking things. Your brain is making a reality, your unconscious is building your reality, etc., etc., etc. So all of these people now who are saying that they're ascending, well, let me show you something. Again, this time we're going to say Earth. Okay? There's the Earth. This is universe. All life. And I have to highlight all. Okay? So that's the universe, that's all life, that's things, you know, manifesting. But my question becomes, if you're here, right, how exactly do you go anywhere? Right? You guys say you're ascending, but you can't, because if this is all of life here, you can't go up, you can't go down, because at this point, right now, there's something called you're human, you're physical. You are tied to this point here, no matter what you do, until this point here. So because you're here and here, you can't leave there. So you literally cannot ascend, because to ascend means to go up. Now, one of the things that, you know, having a bunch of retrograde issues with my camera and with teaching you guys this stuff, is something very simple that came to me today while I was doing Reiki. And that's this. Whoops. Oh. So we have a square. We have opposition. Okay? These are the two basic things that I know from astrology that represent negatives. Okay? So, say you're working on yourself, say you're doing what you need to do, all this other stuff. These two can change. Because the degree through which you experience, based on thought, will, therefore vibration, will then change how these interact in your world. So that right there is the only way you can consider ascension, because you're literally understanding these better. You're going into the shadow self, the darker side, the difficult side, and you're trying to learn how these are working against you so that you can change them so that they're working with you. That is the only way that a physical being can go anywhere. You can't rise, you can't fall, you can't do anything. You can make a choice. High road, normal, wounds. So these are your choices. You can figure out how to change so that you're going more on this speed and leaving this speed, or you can live in here. Now,